Yeah, they surrender. But if they had a counterspell, they couldn't have played Jinga Taxes, then I still had an extra turn coming up. Pretty great. Hello YouTube, welcome to MTGA, and today we are going to have a look at Kykar wins Fury in Historic Brawl. This deck aims to win by storming off around turn 4 to 5 and then just winning off of that. So the big idea with this deck is try to get Kykar and a card on the field that allows us to produce more mana. So something along the lines of Idyllic Tutoring for a Anointed Procession. We can play Birgi. We can have a Stormclan Artist, those kinds of cards. While we now, like, this lets us play like a Renegade Tactics, but if we have like 2 Kykars on the field, then we just net mana doing this. And we can keep drawing, netting mana, and then just storming off that way. So Idyllic Tutor in specifically is a pretty good card in this deck, because while I'm storming off, I can then also tutor for an Underworld Breach that I can flash back the Idyllic Tutor from the graveyard and get a 1000-year storm. And this is the real win condition of our deck, and that's how we usually win. We can also just make a ton of mana and expansion explosion them, but more often than not, it is going to be 1000-year storm into, you know, just a good old Spikefield Hazard copied 1000 times. That's the idea here. We do have to play a bit more filler than usual because of the change to 100 cards. Back when this deck was at 60 cards, it was a pretty nice spot. And yeah, we have a bunch of copy effects as well, something like Galvanic Iteration, Teach by Example, and so on. And we can copy our treasure generating instant sorceries to also go up in mana. We have a Search for Glory. This specifically only searches for 3 things: lands, Mox Amber, and Birgi, and that's it. But this is good enough, because if we have Kykar and let's say an Anointed Procession on the field, each non-creature we play nets us 2 mana. So we can use this as a ritual. We can either just straight up search for a Birgi, right? But we can also just search for Mox Amber. So this costs 1 mana. Then in total, and then we play the Mox Amber, and so we basically netted 2 mana of this Search for Glory, which is honestly pretty great, I think. This turns this into a ritual as well. A big problem in this deck is colors apart from red, right? So getting, like, you combo off, and you're only adding red mana, so it is very important that you just keep, like, have cards that filter your mana from red to something else that you need. That's why these treasure effects are also so insane in the deck. And we have basically 3 mana extra turns. Teferi's Protection, we have Chance for Glory, like those kinds of cards. So we can also just, like, drop Kykar, extra turn, go, right? That's the basic idea behind this. Anyways, I hope you enjoy today's deck. Please leave a like if you do enjoy it, or not if you don't. That's fine. And let's go. We are ready to play against Jinga Taxes. And mono counterspell should be an annoying matchup, not gonna lie. This, however, is a hand I'm inclined to keep. Yeah, we can't cycle the Ancestral Anger here, because we don't have a creature on the board currently. Yep. Play this on blue. Go. I hope they play a rock or something like that. Oh yes, they just want to ramp into Jinga Taxes, and I'm super cool with that. Honestly, we can just storm off without needing Kykar. Hopefully. Psychic Corrosion, sure. And yep. Copy you. And I don't think I will use the Ancestral Anger now, because it's a ritual. So yeah, let's do. Oh, I wanted that Mox Amber. That would have been fire. Yeah, let's try to win this turn then. They don't interact with my Birgis. Whelming Wave. They did interact with the Birgis. God damn it. I do think I want to Ancestral Anger here, just so I can get a chance of getting an untapped land. Untapped blue source would be insane for the expressive iteration. Okay, that's fine. That is absolutely fine. feel like they want to just remove Birgi again. Tie Warp. Okay. They want to mill me out with Jinga taxes, but let's see how they will like that after I drop an Underworld Breach on them. If the Underworld Breach lands in the graveyard and my store, it can get tricky, but I think it's fine. Oh, they copied Mind Stone, not Psychic Corrosion. That's interesting. Does this? Yeah, this can also copy. Okay. Yeah, let's just go with a Spark Double on Birgi, I believe. Honestly, dropping Kykar here is better than dropping the Spark Double, just because the sole reason is that I can Spark Double Kykar, and with a Profane Procession on the field, not Profane. Yeah, well, oh, there's the Breach. Okay, this is not that great then, but I think we can win here. Elrund's Epiphany, okay. Sure. More extra turns. I'm super fine with this, honestly. Yeah. Yep. So without Breach, Spike Field, I think our win condition here is Expansion Explosion. Just producing a ton of mana with that. Inspiring Vantage. And I think I have to lead on like Expressive Iteration here. It's kind of awkward though. This digs me the deepest, doesn't it? Yeah. Because I don't want to use this much blue. I think I'd rather not have white than blue. Like blue is by far the most important thing to have here. Iteration. Okay, after I resolve Pirate's Pillage, this is pretty fun. One of them into hand. One of them into library. One of them into exile. Beautiful. That is blue. And honestly, let's just this is interesting. So I could have Spark Doubled the Birgi. This is whenever I cast any spell, right? So that's actually pretty important. So I will be left with 2 mana afterwards. Yep. And then I can go into Alchemist Gambit, basically. So I actually do seem to want to copy the Birgi. Sure, see the truth. And now Alchemist Gambit into an extra turn. And if that doesn't work out, I still think I can win. Yep, 1 into hand. And let's go for it, basically. Gambit. What are you going to do, opponent? If they flash it... Oh, I can't take my extra turn actually here. So this was like a free card for Storm, but I can't take my extra turn, otherwise they flash in Jinga Texas and I have to discard my hand. So yeah, let's do this in a different way then. I just realized this, so I should have kept the card in hand. Yep. Yeah, let's not be distracted by that then. Yeah, okay, Kykar, you can't block. I still have like extra turn coming up, which is pretty neat. Yep. Let's float our Spirit Mana, because it really hates using these. So I can now hold full control. Yep. I discard you. Now I get 5 mana. Well, in total, and then I can increasing Vengeance this Pirate's Pillage to, and now I have more blue. Yep, copy you. And if they counter this now, then they can't play the Jinga Taxes with it unless they have a Pact of Negation, and that would be extremely sad. Yes, Psychic Erosion. Oh, Strike it Rich, that's a ritual in the graveyard, that's pretty neat. If they dig for a counterspell, and if the counterspell, you know, doesn't go through, if they have a counterspell, yeah, they surrender. But if they had a counterspell, they couldn't have played Jinga Taxes, then I still had an extra turn coming up. Pretty great. GG. We are ready to play against the first sliver. And let's try to dig a bit more aggressively. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I won't do the turn 1 Faithless Looting. I think it will be better to keep that as a ritual for later. Going to start with this so I have like Jeskai on turn 2 available in case I need anything. First sliver plays some 1-mana interaction to cascade into, but other than that they're pretty light on interaction and I think I am just faster than them. Which is pretty great. Mana-wise, it's funny enough not... There is no difference in playing Kykar or Birgi first, because while this is cheaper, if I play this first, then the Kykar produces mana, which is pretty great. Wait, I had this game previously, right? Didn't I? So now it's actually interesting. Yeah, I now start with Birgi and then I spark double the Birgi, because then anything I play... interesting. I could also just... No, I think this is fine. Yep. Signet. Clifftop Retreat not being active, huh? That does not matter, I believe. So let's go with you. And I start producing spirits here just to like bank my mana for next turn. If I whiff, that is. Discard 2 cards, huh? Sure. I can use this as a ritual here. I could spark double here as well. Interesting. Cost me basically no mana to Faithless Looting. Let's filter the mana right now. Okay. This is very interesting. I could copy the Kykar or the Birgi. Like some cards, like my creatures, don't produce mana, but I feel like... Yeah. Let's just make another Kykar for board presence, I believe. Birgi, Kykar, Birgi. Oh no, honestly... So if I draw a creature, I kind of want to have the Birgi here, so I can go like Brawl. Like if I draw a Brawl or an Electromancer, I kind of want to have these because that allows me to then play Expansion Explosion for cheaper. But what did they exile? Duress! No! Okay, that is awful for me. Yep, that is what... Okay. Sure. I'm fine with that, I guess. Yep, cascading into nothing or Mox Amber. Yep, they chose to not play Mox Amber in their deck. I think I like not playing Mox Amber in these kinds of decks, honestly. Yep, tap you. Faithless Looting. Resolve. I just want to basically draw a ritual or something like that. Oh, that is a ritual. Yup. I need to hit a blue source off the top, otherwise I can't Expansion Explosion. So this is pretty risky. Oh, baby! Yes. Wait. How do I want to do this? Like this. Yep. Yep, do it like this. Discard you. I just create a ton of mana doing this. Yep, drag mantle you. More mana. Draw another card. That is the Brawl I was talking about earlier, actually. And I think... So, is that 1 blue mana worth it? To draw 1 additional card? Probably. So float blue. It's 9 right now, right? Yeah. Should be 9. I'm going to do this on the first sliver, just so I have a backup plan. Wait, no, it's not 9, it's 7. It's exactly 7. Okay, do this faster, do this faster. Speed! I'm the speed, I need the speed. Timer working against me. Okay, oh, beautiful. Yep, and now we have a... okay. Wait, actually, this is awful for us. Yep. I need to strategic planning into something that filters my mana, because if I go Stormcloud Artist... They surrender, but I didn't have the guaranteed lethal. People just keep surrendering against this deck, whereas I don't have guaranteed lethal. I know people just don't want to sit there. I get that. But like, if you're sitting on the other side, yeah, this is not guaranteed lethal. Because if I just played the Stormcloud Artist here, I needed to have one more play after that, and I just didn't have enough mana to go Artist and then another card to filter my mana. So I needed something to filter, like to find something that filters my mana again. But yeah, other than that, GG. We are ready to play against Lyris of the Dream Den. And... oh, tempting hand, for sure. It has so much mana acceleration, I can just like... still think I wanna dig for copy effects, right? Now I go with like this, yep, Chromatic Sphere. Go, and then glimpse into... yep. We just keep on digging here. Okay, I guess that is fine. Yes, I want to crack the Chromatic Sphere anyways. Crack you for blue? No, just for red. Red for red, I think that's fine. Yep. I can show this snow-covered mountain again, and I play the Electromancer. Now I have Swan Song up as well. Yeah, no blocks. They activate Night, that's fine. With this current hand, oh yeah, especially with this current hand, I'm super happy to drop the Kykar next turn instead with a 1 mana counterspell backup. Going to block the priest with the Brawl. I think that is fine. Yep, sure. Knight coming in again. Honestly, they like Swords to Plowshares. I think that's also okay, because then that Swords doesn't hit my Kykar. Yep, as I thought. So now this Kykar, and we shouldn't be dead next turn, so I'm kind of fine with this. Yep. No blocks. Slayer's Bounty. Yeah, no creatures. Who would have guessed? Sacrifice, they draw a card from the spellbook. All of these cards I can basically counter. No, wait, there is Glass Casket, which would be annoying. If I draw land, I think I'm just taking a regular Executor with Alchemist Gambit. Could also be wrong there. Do I want to cash in this Bolt for a mana next turn? I think I do. I think I just want more mana here. Yep, my turn. Kutch. Let's do it like this. Take another extra turn. We could copy it with Expansion Explosion, but we need to draw the cards, I believe, and turn. And we do swing in with all of these. Yep. That is not lethal by any chance, right? So that's 6 damage. I feel like I just want to deal. Yeah, let's float mana. And then I just deal 4 damage to this knight. Wait. Could also deal 5. Which I do like. Draws me 1 more card. And probably sets up the best way. Ooh, well now this is interesting. I don't have any clear rituals. Yeah, let's just pass the turn with the Swan Song up. I think I like that. Luris bringing back Priest, I assume. Okay, Knight to be aggressive, that's fine. Verdict, how about Swan Song? Yep, resolve. And that should be a bunch of damage with this bolt here. Okay, yeah, this is the win. Yep, float you, use the red, use 1 blue. Oh wow, the sick rhymes I'm dropping right now. I think I'm just going to go ahead and, like, maybe it was wrong to not discard the card here, because now like 1 more card in graveyard is actually relevant for Underworld Breach. Yep. So now we sack you. Yep, and I think we don't need all of these. Draw a bunch of cards. Sack, and what do we have in graveyard? We need 3 bolts out of the yard, don't we? Yeah. I think that's doable. So breach. Then dual strike. Bolt. That should do it. Yep. Dual strike. And a bit more of an... This was a bit of an unusual ending. But... I think it's fair, right? It's fair game. Yep, and now we just bolt them. GG! We are ready to play against Roalesk. And, yeah, we have almost everything we want. So I'm searching for white here. And I think we are very likely to get the red source of this Anticipate. Okay, yeah, that covers it. Yep. And let's see where we go. So Idyllic Tutor grabs the enchantment here. I could just play my commander. I feel like they can't remove this commander easily right now because they're in Simic. And that basically means that I get to tutor with Idyllic Tutor while simultaneously generating mana for future turns. Yep. I'm fine with this. Yeah. Idyllic Tutor grabbing Anointed Procession, and then I still have a Curate or an Anticipate up to generate more mana. And now we swing in and deal some damage. It might be relevant in the future, who knows? Like in the Luris game, last one, right? So I represent a counterspell here. They don't know if I actually have one, and that should be the game. So my rule of thumb is to use the cards first that I... Like, it's Anticipate versus Curate, right? So the Anticipate gives me more information, but the Curate... I think I just take the more information play here because I'm limited on blue mana next turn. Yep. And let's take the ritual. And so we start with sacrifice you, this. Now we go up in mana by using Warlord's Fury. Yep, making 2 spirits in the process. And Anointed Procession is extremely disgusting. And they surrender. Man, everybody just surrenders. So I think this is still quite educational. So Anointed Procession doubles any tokens. So I also get to double Pirate's Pillage tokens. So what I would have done here is I would have very likely just get the Increasing Vengeance. So we go down 1 mana. Right now we have 4 mana for Increasing Vengeance. Then we... no, we were wasting 1 mana to go double Increasing Vengeance on the Pirate's Pillage, right? So yeah, we would have needed to Expressive Iteration into a land drop, make the land drop, then solve the equation for a Increasing Vengeance, and then Pirate's Pillage, Increasing Vengeance, letting the first one resolve, and then I had enough treasure and mana here to then go into flashback Increasing Vengeance onto the Pirate's Pillage, and that would have done it, I believe. Yeah, that was the winning line there. GG. We are ready to play against Riel, and red burn spells and blue counter spells are not our friend. Unwell Breach is our friend, though. Interesting. I think Temple of Enlightenment turn 1 is a good play. Oh, this is a land, and we do want to make our land drops. So yeah. Tormenting Script is pretty annoying for Riel deck because that just shrinks the Riel in power drastically. I think I like the Consider here. Don't need you. Oh, there is a Badrick and Rogran Triumph for colors. We can see the truth for another land drop next turn. Honestly, I think it might just be smart to not do anything. And as much as I hate it, maybe Brainstorm in end step, maybe. Just represents a counterspell versus the Riel, but I think I'm more likely to have success with See the Truth. And yeah, we have our basic land types, so let's just go for this. Oh, I mean, we're going to play this on blue very likely anyways. So then it was maybe better to take this island in case I draw a Snarl, right? Interesting, very interesting. So if they play Riel, I can try to sneak in a Kykar into play. Can actually, if I get to resolve the Kykar the turn afterwards, I can go Badrick, Tormenting Script. If I have another land, Badrick, Tormenting Script, Alchemist's Gambit, but that is a, you know, quite a risky play. Because we don't have like Tail's End or something like in the deck to... Ooh, they won't like this Tormenting Script at all. Let's play this on blue. We already have 2 white sources. I feel like this is a lightning bolt they're holding, right? Let's just... Okay, they don't hold anything here. Yeah. Let's go with this. And I think I want to just make the spirit while I can and hold up the Tormenting Script. Just... like, I know this is potentially more mana later, right? But... I just want to represent things here. They didn't like the Tormenting Script, apparently. Yeah, Tormenting Script is just an extremely annoying card for them, I reckon. Oh, GG. We are done with the games. I hope you enjoyed them as much as I did. And yeah, sadly I couldn't show you like the actual storm win. Like everybody just surrenders. It's worse than if you like play Brawl as a commander. I don't know what it is. I also like played a bunch of games where people just surrendered very, very early, like so early that I don't think they make for good games at all. And yeah, I don't know what it is, but people just like to surrender against this deck. I think it still got to show some cool things off. I just never got to like resolve Underworld Breach even once. Well, no, yeah, I did actually against the Lures, right? So that was a lie apparently. But man, I didn't get to see like a million cards on this deck because people just keep surrendering. Yeah. Anyways, enough ranting. If you want to play this deck on a budget, what can you cut? What do you need? And to be perfectly honest, this is one of these decks where you're like, you take 5 cards away and it kind of falls together. Because we don't have the 2-mana cantrip density to begin with, so cutting something like Seed of Truth really hurts the deck. You obviously need Breach, you obviously need like Thousand Year Storm. You can, I think you can cut Mind's Desire. You need like all the like mana doublers and like cost reducers. Those are pretty good, right? Because you need to advance in mana. Honestly, Brainstorm is okay in this deck, but it's a 1-mana draw card, so it's still a ritual in a lot of cases, and you need your tutors and you need your lands as well, because yeah, having good lands is pretty important. Yeah, it's kind of awkward. I think the most cuttable cards are probably like the extra turns and then maybe something like a Valakut Awakening, and you can just put in another land. And then Lightning Bolt Swansong are kind of cuttable as well. It's just it's rough. That's for sure. It is rough if you don't have that many rare wild cards laying around. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's deck. Again, sadly, I couldn't storm off as hard as I wanted to. But oh well. Yep. I will see you tomorrow, and stay safe.